Have you ever heard of the Queen of Pigeons? Well, this is Helene Hadsell, a woman who has won every contest she has participated in her life. Using the law of attraction, Helen was able to manifest everything she wanted in her life and had a truly prosperous life. Pay attention to the following case, which Helen tells in her book. In 1964, Helen became known for winning a house which was exhibited at the New York World's Fair, and when she went to receive the house, she said the following to her husband: "For God's sake, act like you're surprised." And the most curious thing is that she was absolutely sure that the house would be hers, long before the results of the contest she was participating came out. In her book, Helen says that the day before the draw, she asked her husband to take time off from work and prepare for the delivery of the house. And everything gets even more curious when Helen demonstrates to the company the installation plans she had already made for the house, because they already believed and saw themselves as winners. Many people may be thinking that it was pure luck, that Helen is a woman of great faith. But this is a huge misconception. Luck has nothing to do with Helen's life. She has won every contest she has entered during her lifetime. Helene Hadsell was born in the United States in 1924. In a not very prosperous life, Helen discovered the power of the law of attraction. She went on to study it and apply it to her life. It is true that in her life, Helen used the practice of the NLP method, which is the abbreviation of the Neuro-Linguistic Programming, which help human behavior, helping human development in communication and response to our stimuli. And we human beings are masses of energy. With that, through stimuli we co-create our prosperity and manifest what we so desire. The NLP method is a pseudoscientific method. That is, it is proven by science. With this, Helen teaches in her book, The Name It and Claim It Game, how to be a winner in the contest you enter or in the game of life. That it doesn't take fancy methods, hypnosis, or whatever to manifest what you want in your life. Just use the power of co-creation that is in you and believe yourself. That way, you will manifest everything you want. You can have anything you want as long as you know exactly what you want. Helen tells in an interview that at the time she read these words, her husband was reading a fishing magazine and said, "You can have whatever you want, so I want this sport fishing boat." So Helen found the contest and decided to enter, and sure enough, she won the contest. Helen, in her book, teaches us to go after what we want to manifest, and without fear. In your words, you can change from loser to winner. That is, if you want to change. You have all the capabilities for self-enrichment. You just need to exercise those powers. When starting out, don't worry that you're doing it right. Just start. For Helen, the main step in manifesting everything you want in your life is to define what you want. That sounds easy, doesn't it? But do you have in mind what your true goals are? Helen claims that for positive thinking to work, you need to have defined in your mind what you want to achieve. Helen says, "A few years ago, my idea of success was being able to enter contests and win, win, win. Anything and everything anyone could want in this material world. I developed a desire, a goal, and a determination. I had read a book on positive thinking, and it left a permanent impression. So I wanted to prove to myself that anything the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve with positive thinking. So the first step to manifesting what you want so much is to define what you truly want in your life. Unfortunately, some people don't know what they want. They scatter their desires in so many avenues that they never really build up enough energy to make anything manifest for them. Once you've defined what you really want, the next step Helen teaches is cultivating a positive attitude. For Helen, what differentiates people who succeed in manifesting what they want and those who don't is attitude. After all, Helene would win every contest she entered if she didn't have the attitude to enter the contest. Deciding what you want, imagining you have it, and knowing it will be yours are the keys to being a winner. There is another obvious attribute for most winners, their attitude. Regardless of the contest and the result, Helene always cultivated a positive attitude, which made her leave the inert position of a loser and made her win the most varied contests in her life. So, start cultivating positive attitudes in your life today. These were Helene's thoughts before winning her first contest. I confess that before the announcement that I had won, whenever I thought about the contest crossed my mind, convinced me repeatedly that she would win. I was so determined to be positive that I even asked myself, when are they going to tell us we won? I had no negative doubts, such as, I bet the contest is defrauded. I had heard that often enough, nor did I entertain the idea that I was unlucky or that only smart people win. Now, how do you get intelligence? Why, if you work at it? So, you see, I refused to harbor any negative doubts. The next step Helene teaches is to have fun and enjoy the walk. Human beings have a great habit of sabotaging themselves, whether it's going on a diet and spending the whole day eating right, the way the nutritionist asked. And when night comes, he goes there and spoils everything by eating a snack, going to sleep with the feeling of failure. We have to know how to take advantage of our small victories. If you won all day, did the diet as the nutritionist ordered, why make a mistake at night and fail? We must apply this in our lives. If we have been practicing everything for so long to manifest what we want, be it a car, a house, and we're almost there, we throw everything up and give up. And all we lose is the one thing in the world you can buy: time. So Helene reminds us, know there is failure, only delay in results. Never reject or nullify good. Positive energy because you're disappointed. Get the attitude. At this point, I invite you to leave words for yourself here in the comments. Words for if you're about to give up, have a little more patience, that all the prosperity that the universe reserves for you will come to you. If you want to know more about the law of attraction, more videos from our channel are showing on your screen right now. Click and see you there. If you liked the video, leave a like to help us grow, and subscribe so you don't miss any videos we post. To the next.